But our next guest sticks with the buy rating. Joining us is Bank of America Securities analyst Wamsi Mohan, $235 price target on the stock. Are you finding that harder to defend, Wamsi?
Hey, good morning, Sarah. No, not at all. We think that actually WWDC this year was promising and under-delivering last year. This year, we think that Apple actually set expectations pretty appropriately. And it's what I would call a back-to-basics kind of WWDC, right? You focus on the developer community primarily, and you had great AI tools, whether it be within Swift for coding, whether it be within integration in apps. And so that takes care of sort of the developer side of things. And then design, which is so key to Apple and making a big design change. It's a very back to basics kind of WWDC where we're not stepping out in front of new product announcements, potential for upgrade cycles. And so I think that they delivered what they needed to deliver while showing that they're still very relevant to the AI at the edge roadmap, which I think is the most important thing for them to convince investors and to convince their developer community that they are not lagging behind on eventually getting there in AI. And so putting all the kind of steps in place to get you finally to an AI at the edge outcome for Apple is I think what they've done kind of well at this WWDC. Now, if we just step back for a second and say, what's the real bull case over here on Apple? I think that, we had a very detailed bull bear report that we published last week, but I would say that the key themes that you have to think about is, will AI be something that Apple can dominate at the edge? And we fully believe that that will be the case, although it's taking a little longer than expected. The second thing, I think, is that it opens up whole new TAMs for Apple. It's about $1 trillion TAM of physical goods and services that Apple is not a part of today that we think they will be a part of in the future. And that is very material for Apple. So, I mean, these are some of the underpinnings of our bull thesis on Apple.
How does Apple dominate the AI story? I think that's the big question investors are asking, why there was some disappointment yesterday and why the delay. And what makes you so optimistic?
Yeah, I think that the AI at the edge case really resides on being able to make AI part of your daily process, right? The delay is in the fact that the tools that are being offered today by ChatGPT or others with like LLMs are things where you're able to get very interesting, like voice mode in ChatGPT is absolutely very compelling. Apple doesn't have an equivalent of that as of yet, right? And part of the reason is they're focused on delivering this in a privacy-centric way and doing it through their view of Apple Intelligence, which is something that I think users would eventually appreciate. And while it is still early days on that, I do believe that they're putting those points in place so that they have a roadmap to get there eventually. When you think about the tools that are required, right, so you need sort of faster chips, you need faster memory. They're working on all those things at the back end because a lot of this is on device processing. And so to get there, you need device capabilities, you need tech sort of step function changes. And those are the things that you will see in iPhones as you look over the next couple of years. And then it just becomes natural to ask Siri eventually for what you would like to do, whether it's ordering something on Amazon, whether it be booking a rideshare. And those are things that just become part of the process of how we use the phone. That, I think, is why AI at the edge will be dominated by Apple, because it's just going to become part of how we do things.